is on. So day 4th of October, time is this. And in the last session, we talked about web development using uh, Express. So today is day 127. Day 127. So I didn't emphasize on that. Because we are not going to use it anywhere. So let me push the code, and here I can say Express MVC last session. Commit. Now we will do in a day 127, I will simply create. So first we need to create we can use the Express generator also, but for now I will not make much confusion. Desktop, cd burn stack, cd day 127. Okay, nvm use 18, and I can say npm I express. Let's install the Express locally. Okay, we installed the Express. app.js. So our today's topic is REST APIs. Let's do it in different form. REST API. So when you talk about the REST, just try to remind the React session that we have seen. It is a representational state transfer. It is representational state transfer. So representational means, what do you mean by representational? A human readable. State means what? State means what? The objects. State means what? The objects. Like your car object. In a JavaScript we have car. In JavaScript we have car, or employee, or bird, whatever, etc., etc., whatever those objects are. That is the state. Transfer means what? Representational state transfer means transferring these objects in the specific form from client to server. Transfer means what? Transferring from client to server. In which format? Either JSON, any format, JSON, then XML, but presentation less. So we have talked about what do you mean by JSON. So there is no presentation to the JSON. There is no presentation to the JSON. It is just curly braces. You cannot see any UI in a JSON. And who is going to build the UI? So creating UI is the responsibility of creating the UI is the responsibility of whom? React or UI framework, Angular. React or what? Angular. Is that clear? REST is a representational state transfer. Now, what is the REST? It is not a protocol. REST is not a protocol. What is it? It is not protocol. Like HTTP, it is not a protocol. But what is it then? It's a guideline. It's a guideline. REST is nothing. This is very important. REST is nothing but what? Guideline. It suggests you a best way to develop. It is the few suggestions. These are few suggestions how to build your backend, right? And Express, it is the guideline. So what that guideline says that we are going to see. So this is the server. There are many things are actually there. I will give you one example. So if this is a file on the server, this is the server, this is the client. So this file is called as resource. Actually, this is coming from the HTTP. Every resource should have some ID. Every resource will have some ID. Every resource will identify by some URL. Say car / some ID 123. Right? So let's try to write Express application. So Express have been imported. So npm init. So day 127, just go. So now package.json would be having these things, something like this. Now what I need to do, what I exactly want to do here, I want to write a simple Express app. For that, now I will use module, ES6 modules. Just a minute. Now I'm going to use import and export. We have done this thing at the time of Node.js, if you remember. So we need to have something called as type is equals to module. Type, there are, can you see common.js is one of the type, and module means what? ES6 module. ES6 module. Now just a minute. Now here if you see package.json we have got, Express we have got. There are no dev dependencies presently. Now what we need to do, we need to import the Express. Now I will use ES6 functionalities, import and export. Import Express. So far we were using from Express. So far we were using require.js. And now const app is equals to Express. Then const port is equals to 3000. Then app.use. So here we can have const cars is an empty array. Okay. So I want to get app.get all the cars I want to get. Get means what? HTTP get method. I want to get cars, and here you can say middleware. We can write request response like this. Response.json. I want to return the JSON and this cars array. Let's pass the cars array. So presently let's have only one car, by default car, that would be the JavaScript object, and that car would be having ID is 100, make ABC, model, any keys we can have, AAA, model is AAA, and manufacturing year we can say 2020 0101. Okay, this is the manufacturing year. We don't need a date, just year. See, now it is the simple, but if your Express server, this is the Express server, wants to communicate if your Express server wants to communicate via or wants to communicate in terms of JSON, you need to convert your request to the JSON. Your request needs to be, you need to convert request to the JSON, and you need to convert your incoming request to the JSON and outgoing response to also JSON. You need to convert your incoming request to JSON, outgoing response to the JSON, incoming request to JSON, outgoing response to the JSON. And how do you do that for every single request and response? So whatever endpoints are nothing but what? This is one endpoint. So whatever endpoints you will write, so that for that we need to have this setting. Every endpoint should accept and send JSON only. Should send JSON only. So for that we need to use the middleware. We need to use what? Middleware. So let's add the application level middleware app.use. So that middleware also written by the Express team, named as body parser. Import body parser from, you can say, body parser. So that is already available in the ExpressJS. Okay. Then what? App.listen on this port, and here you can have, so here this is the remaining. We can have a callback, and here we can say console.log Express server running on the port. Express server running on the port. So here you want to use this body parser as a middleware. Body parser dot JSON. Body parser dot JSON. Okay. Let's try to run it. So hence from now we would be, I have already installed one REST client plugin, this plugin. So if you want to call these REST APIs that you have developed, so I can create cars.json. rest, cars.rest. First you need to install that plugin, and let's try to run this npm, sorry, node app.js. Server is running. Let's write this cars.rest over here. So get request http local host colon 3000 /cars, right? And just click, can you see little send request will appear over here, send request, and you will get some response like this. So can you see there is a response 404 not found. So /car is there, /car, a get request /car, send request again. Can you see here, this is the response header, and here you are getting some JSON back, right? So we can write post request, two requests can be separated by hash, and now I would be sending this post request, and along with the post request we need to send some body. This is the body, so I can say id 101, mech is, here we can say mech Corolla model Altis and year 2023. Okay, so here we are sending this body, means whenever you send this request, we didn't write that endpoint yet. So here we can say app.post /car. See, it is a post request, a request, a response, and here. Now first we need to get the car object. Car is equals to request.body. If you see here, so here you have written, this is the post. So whenever you hit this URL, it is like from the browser you are hitting URL. So meaning of this, from the browser you are hitting this URL. Okay, it is like from the browser you are firing this URL. So but here you are hitting this URL along with some data. So you cannot do this thing, you cannot do the post request in a browser, so you need to use some client like this. So here in a body, this JSON is there. So here you can say console.log this car, and here from here for testing purpose response.json we can say status presently success. Okay, you need to rerun the server. If you don't rerun it, if you do any change in the backend, you need to rerun the server. Control C, control not command, Control C is the command to stop this running. So you can send the request. Okay, just try to send it again. Yeah, can you see st, you need to have one space over here. Can you see, you are sending this car to the server, and server is giving you back response success. This is the thing. So you can consider this as a client, a separate client, like your mobile, your web app, something like that. Now let's try to add this car to the cars dot push, and this incoming car success, and here we can say message car saved successfully. Rerun the server app.js. So send requests, there is a by default car whatever we have. Now post the request again one more post. Multiple times I have posted, And can you see here you have got, okay, three empty things, because something is happening. Let's check this console. Car is printing. Yeah, can you see we are getting empty car? We are getting, can you see, from the client we are getting empty object. Now why so we are getting empty object? We need to find it out. Why so? We need to find it out. So id post, so here we are getting empty object. So request dot body, request dot body is not having anything. Body parser dot json, body parser dot json, so that is also there. So we have a middleware properly. Body parser dot json. So from here, okay, am I missing anything in a REST client? How do you pass? Okay, post request. Okay, content type is missing. If you don't write a content type, that won't work. So here header you need to pass content type application JSON. Now send the request. Car saved successfully. Look at the log. Yeah, can you see? Now you are getting the logs. Corolla in logs. Now what? Corolla in logs. Now get request. Can you see here? You got two get requests. Two. This is the by default one, and this is what you are passing. So here we can change 102. So Tata Altroz 2020 and send the request. Again, get the details. Can you see here? Tata Altroz 2020. Correct? Any question? Do you have any question here?
No.
So we created the REST API. A REST client we have used. So this client can be, presently we have used a VS Code extension. VS Code, presently we have used VS Code extension. But in production that can be Android app, Android iOS app. That can be your React app. Or that can be any computer which is having HTTP client, which is having HTTP client. Is that clear? So you can add the delete method also, and you can add update method also. For updating car, I already have written the code. With this ID we can update. Okay, request.body.make, request.body.model, request.body.this, and JSON we are sending. So get car by ID, get car by its ID. We can have this, and the delete car, delete car by its ID. let's stop it, rerun it, and see. Let's add the, can you see, one car we have got 100. Now I want to delete the car with the ID 100. So here we can say delete, and you can pass the 100 ID. Send the request, right? We have deleted this. Again, make the get request. Can you see you have an empty array? There is nothing. You can try with the update, put, you need to separate the request by this, put with this, and we can change make JSON, make is AAA, model BBB, and year, here we can say 1990. Okay, first let's create the resource with the 100. Send the request, car saved successfully, get the details. Now try to put the thing, just put the thing ID 100. Now again get the request ID 100. This thing have been updated, but you have lost the fields. Just make 101. You should get a response, car not found. Can you see car not found? You are getting a response. So here we can add ID also 100. Send the request. Now try to delete with the 100, get the request. Again try to delete it. Send, can you see empty? Just post it with 100, try to get it, you got the thing. Now put request 101, put 101. So we are just changing so we are not using this guy, you don't need it. Send the request. So car not found, it is saying, oh, 101. We have ID, this thing, put this, get this. So if you see something is not happening correctly, I'll push this much code. ExpressJS REST CRUD example. So I have pushed the code. Let me stop the recording and we'll meet tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.